Good morning, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Compagno here with my co-host, Kayleigh McEnany, and also joining us today, Martha MacCallum, anchor of This Story, Kennedy, host of Kennedy on Fox Business, and Bill Hemmer. Against the backdrop of, again, the declination of prosecution, let alone to further the investigations by all these different bodies, that essentially that this was resurrected, but then propped up on something that's legally
gotten them to go there with him, right? And now what you're going to get is just a cascade from everyone I've talked to this morning of motions, of legal, pushes to try to drag this thing out over a long period of time, gotten them to go there with him, right? And now what you're going to get is...
Right, I find it fascinating as well. I think the Democrats, to your point about the crowing, the giddiness,
the time frame. These are all theories right now. Everybody's talking about theories. When the grand jury is seated in mid-January, went through
politically, because I think, and you have pointed this out, this really does galvanize Republicans. So even if Trump isn't the nominee, the fact that everyone who is a potential presidential candidate is lining up behind him saying, this is wrong, this doesn't feel right. They're not personally attacking him. They have learned those lessons, and they know that they have, whoever does carry the mantle will use this to walk into the White House next year.
Emily, one quick last point. I do have a question about New York penal law, because the New York Times is the one who told us about this indictment. New York penal law 215.7 says a person is guilty of unlawful grand jury disclosure when being a grand juror. A public prosecutor intentionally discloses.
I have to say, I live here. I live in this town. And if this is Alvin Bragg's justice, you know what else is his justice? Just yesterday, a monster that murdered and raped a mother on Mother's Day walked free. He doesn't have to register as a sex offender.